Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be sharing very priceless material. This session is actually a session where Mino from YG, from Winner, he featured it's a song called Promise by PO from Block B. So this is a song that has been released. It's a single, and I am going to share how I made the beat. And you can learn a lot of different things. It's a lot of stuff, honestly. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things to break down. So let's hear the track first. So that was the chorus. We're starting with the chorus. This is the verse. Pre-chorus. Yeah. So that's the song. So we're going to break that down. Guys, boom. We are opening a toplining course. And in this toplining course, we got Gingerbread Producer. This guy is amazing. Just check his credits. And Ashley Alicia. Wow, what a lineup. And I'll be also teaching this course. If you take this course, you're going to learn everything that you need to know about K-pop toplining. And not only are you learning about how to topline a song, you're also going to be able to try out for my music production team, UMSIC Music Production. We're always looking for talented people who can be part of our team. So yeah, and you also get assignments every single week, and good songs that you topline, they will be eligible for pitching in all the K-pop labels in Korea. So if you want to learn about K-pop, and if you want to join our team, or even if you're a beginner, you're still going to have a lot of contents suitable for you. So please join this course. Watch that video, and it's going to tell you all about it. Alrighty. So this song, I mean, you guys should hear the song from the final version of the song. It's called Promise by PO, and you should be able to find it. I was inspired, I think, from this loop here. Yeah. So I'm building my song around it, and I've chopped it here and there to make it fit to exactly what I wanted to. And it's just got a very cool tropical plucky sound to it. And I made it so that the chords are falling exactly where I want to fall. So whenever you're grabbing loops from Splice and stuff, make sure you tweak it, you make it different so that it fits exactly to what you want. Also for you not to get in trouble, because Not that you can't use splice samples. Of course you can use them. They're copyright free. But someone else might release those songs too with those same samples, and that might get into complications. So just be careful for that. Yeah. So from here, I'm trying to think. I'm like, okay, what kind of beat should I do? Yeah, let's do like a hip hop type of thing. Hip hop, K-pop type of beat, 163. So it's a good trap type of BPM, right? So let's check out my drums that goes like this. And we're gonna start with a kick. And it goes super simple. But the kick is really big and fat, right? And then I'm layering them. So what's the point of this layer? Look at this sound. Not look at the sound. You see how that has a lot of noise? That's what I'm going for. I'm going for a thump noise in the kick together with this. Because it sounds nice and fat, but it doesn't have a thump to it. So that's why I'm layering and together. Yeah, now we can really clearly hear that kick because of that layering, right? Clap. With snare. Snap. But the main snap sounds like this. Together with my hi-hats. And listen to this hi-hat. I love this sound. And it has this reverse effect to it. That stuff. They make a huge difference. And I grabbed it from a loop and I chopped everything else and I'm just leaving those sounds right there, right? And I really wanted to have a lot of good percussion sound. So I'm adding this. And purposely for this song, I just felt like I shouldn't use many loops, but I just felt like I need to really, make my own percussion. Because whenever you're grabbing percussion loops, what you gotta understand is they're gonna sound okay, sometimes even better, right? But they're not gonna be as precise as you want. So the more precise you are in your beats, the more you do things from your own brain and not just drag different loops, the more intentional your track is gonna become, the more original it's gonna become. So that's a really important thing to do. Now let's check out my 808s. So we want to make it very hip hop, right? So that's why we're making this kind of 808 bass. But if you check out my sound, let's go to my sounds right here. Nice and fat, right? But without these, they actually sound like this. Weak and boring, right? First thing I'm doing, I'm putting compressor, and then sausage fattener. This guy does a lot. I mean, this is one of my favorite 808 distortion plugin. It's not for 808s necessarily, but it just really works well for 808s. I'm doing further distortion, and I'm doing even more distortion, third distortion, right? So don't be afraid to stack distortions. I do it all the time, because every plugin is going to have a distinct sound of a distortion. So I highly recommend just use one distortion. If you want more, add another one, depending on the color of the distortion that you want. And then I have some limiting. And one of the most important thing, boom, right here. It's called track spacer. And basically, I'm sidechaining my 808 to my kick. So whenever my kick happens, it's, you know, cutting this frequency out of my 808 so that it is not gonna distort in my mix this way. And you can make your mixes overall louder if you use these techniques. And it's very important that you sidechain all of your basses. I do it pretty much in every song. Okay, and then my keys, just super dreamy, simple chord progression, 4-3-2 chord progression, together with, yeah. But I really wanted to make it more tropical, and for that reason, I've added brass. Yeah, that brass was one of the most important aspects of this song. And then we have the electric guitar. More guitar. And some effects vocal right here. That does a lot, right? More vocal effects. You guys probably can't hear it, but it does a lot. Listen to this sound. This kind of vocal texture really helps to make your track overall sound, how do I say it, more full and unique sounding track. And I highly recommend Exhale in Contact Library, because that one's gonna give you these kind of vocal chops. And then from effect sound, yep, let's hear it all together. And then we're gonna go to the verse. Oh, actually, post-chorus. So in this post-chorus, it's about the same, but here's a very important tip. Listen to my groove right here. Listen to my kick. But as you go to the post-chorus, listen to my kick again. So it does that boom, tutum, boom, tutum. And that's a very like Latin and also kind of like a Caribbean rhythm. So that's why I put that into this. This song, guys, as you can notice, it has a rich identity. It has a strong identity of hip-hop, K-pop, and tropical. Whenever you're writing a song, it's good to keep a solid identity. Once you have that identity, for me, it was those three things. I know where I'm going. I know what sounds I'm using. I know what progressions I'm using. I know what kind of elements I should add and all that. I highly recommend be intentional about the genre, about what you are going for. So right here, I know that because I used to play in Latin bands and stuff like that, and I used to love to Brazilian music all the time. That's why I know that these elements work for what I'm trying to go for. So listen to it again. Yeah, it has a very like this kind of Caribbean feel to it, but with this 808, I'm still keeping that hip-hop root. And by, you know, having these tropical keys, one tip I want to give you right here. Listen to this here. So it's plucky on the top end, right? But listen to this. It's patty, relaxed keys in the bottom. So range-wise, they're gonna play well together. Because it goes like this, you know? That's one technique that I like to use. Yeah, don't cluster the EQ. Don't play low and low or like high and high, especially if it's melodic instrument. It's good to have some space in between them so that you can hear all of those. And then this brass doing this. All together. And then let's go to the verse. I'm keeping it super simple. Just leaving some percussion. It's a very loopy song, right? But that's okay, because it's hip-hop. And then... ooh, right here. Listen to this feel right here. So how do you do this kind of feel? Well, it used to be like this. But I like to chop and make it exactly the way I want, and it turned out. And I'm leaving some spaces here and there, and I'm also changing the pitch. Intentional stuff. Always get to the very, very detail in your song, every track, and make it intentional to exactly how you want it to be. Then you're gonna come up with the results that you like. It's kind of like the theme of today, right? And then just adding a little bit more, but definitely not as how do I say, not as busy in the chorus, right? And it's too loopy all the way here, so I have to change something up right here. Bam! That's a very important point. As much as loops are cool and keeping things repetitive may work well for other genres, when it comes to K-pop, oh, you gotta be careful with that. You don't want every section to sound the same. This song, this is one of those songs where I'll say it is most loopy out of many songs that I make, but you still have to have a section where it's a little bit different. So what am I doing right here in the pre-chorus? Well, I'm taking out the bass, I mean the drums, first of all, that used to go like this. In this section, take out I'm just keeping it at the top, still make it flow with the percussion, but take out the snare and the kick. And then my 808s is out. I'm changing my bass to something like this. And I'm changing the chords, right? Yeah. What about my keys? Yeah. I'm setting up for the chorus, right? And I have a lot of guitars that happens here. Effects transition. Make it grow and stop. Vocal effects. More effects. telling you, when it comes to K-pop, as long as you do it right, it's okay to throw a lot of effects. It's encouraged because it can make your track bigger. And then another effect right here. Boom. That's it. That's the pre-chorus. And then we're hitting the chorus once again. And it's because I slowed down in the pre-chorus that my chorus sounds big. Because this chorus, check this out. It's the same as the very beginning part, right? So if you just keep rolling with that rhythm, with that energy, then you're not gonna hype people up. So what you do is you break down in between a little bit, like here. And then you're setting yourself up for the big boom at the end. Yeah. Guys, I am going to open a Toplining audition bootcamp. Why the audition and bootcamp? Bootcamp because you're gonna learn everything you know about K-pop Toplining, but it's also audition because in your assignment, as you present your ideas every single week, you are going to have an opportunity to showcase your ideas, and the good people will be selected to be part of my team. UMSIC music production and also good ideas will have a pitching opportunity in K-pop labels. Amazing lineup with gingerbread producer Ashley and me. And you're also going to have A&R on the lookout to scout and to give you all the tips you need for K-pop industry. So yeah, there's like FAQ right here. There's also scholarship opportunity. And yeah, watch this video. It's going to tell you all about it. I hope to see you guys there if you're interested in learning about K-pop Toplining. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please tell me what you learned or what you enjoyed, and also subscribe if you haven't already, like and all that. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.